The field is set. Which women had the best chances to win this year's 2024 US Open? What's going on, everybody? It's John Eric Pula, and in today's video, we're featuring the women that are the favorite to win this year's US Open Championship. As you guys know, I did post a video with contenders on both the men's and women's side of things earlier in the week, and you guys have the hot take there with Irena Sabalenka on the contenders list, not the favorites list. So all of these ladies are the favorites to win this year's US Open. I'm getting started with the woman that has all the momentum on her side right now in Irena Sabalenka. Sabalenka looked great at the Cincinnati Open, got that tournament done without even dropping a set. It was an incredible feat for Sabalenka. Sabalenka, of course, dealing with a lot this year in 2024. Most recently, it was that shoulder injury that she had to pull out of Wimbledon. And then it was a little rough on the hard courts in the earlier part of the year. But hey, the way she looked at Cincinnati, if she's going to play like that, absolutely is the favorite if that's going to be the case. Sabalenka is built for the hard courts. I mean, really any surface. Sabalenka, you're at the mercy of her racket. But if she's playing the way how she did at the Cincinnati Open, look out for Irena Sabalenka. All right, next person that I want to talk about on this list is somebody that's been very, very, very hot as of late. Finally arriving here in 2024, Jessica Pegula. Pegula wins the Canadian Open for the second straight year, follows that up by finishing runner-up to Sabalenka at the Cincinnati Open. Pegula, very good on the hard courts. And like I said, it's been a little bit of a rough go here in 2024. A lot going on with Pegula, some injuries, changing up coaches. But here we are, the later part of the year. Pegula is rolling in the way she's playing right now, after the way she played at the Canadian Open, and now at the what we've seen at the Cincinnati Open. Pegula absolutely in the mix of things right here. Speaking of people that will be in the mix of things, we saw her have a very good summer so far, and then she made the semifinals at Cincinnati, and that is the world number one, Iga Swiatek, the first and right now the only player qualified for the WTA finals at the end of the year. Swiatek dominated the clay season. She won this year's French Open. Then she goes on, gets Olympic bronze again on the clay courts. But again, we saw her be successful on the hard courts too in the past, right? Let's not forget, she wins the tournament in Qatar for the third straight year. She also won Indian Wells this year. She has a US Open championship underneath her belt already. And we saw her make the semifinals at Cincinnati. Now, not the prettiest tournament in Cincinnati, but Iga Swiatek is so good that even when she's not on her best, she can beat the majority of women on tour. Let's see what Swiatek, it's been a busy year for her. If she's able to dig down deep and get a good second wind here, because I know she's been talking about being fatigued recently, but she's able to get that second wind here for this US Open. Look out for Swiatek as well. Another person we got to talk about here is the defending champ in Coco Gauff. Goff, of course, like I said, last year's champion. That was an incredible run. We're going to need to see that again from her, though. It's been a little bit of a tough stretch at moments here for Goff here in 2024. But overall, when it's counted, she's been around. Australian Open semifinalist, where she lost to the champ Sabalenka. French Open semifinalist, where she lost to the champ Iga Swiatek. So Goff has been good when it counts. This tournament counts. It's a massive opportunity for Goff to win back-to-back US Open championships. She has the tools to do so. I know the forehand gets a little worrisome at times, but still, Goff being the defending champ last year, definitely one of the favorites again here this year. And guys, one last person here to talk about, and that is Paula Badosa. Badosa, all of a sudden getting very hot as of late, having a very good hard court season the last few weeks, and most recently making the semifinals at the Cincinnati Open. You have to like the way Badosa has been playing, and I get it. She's a little bit lower in the rankings, but it's about being red hot at the right time. Remember last year, Coco Gauff got red hot at the right time, won the US Open. Now we're seeing it with Pegula, we're seeing it with Badosa. A lot of momentum there on their sides. Let's see what they do with it. So in my opinion, those are your favorites to win this year's US Open. Which woman on this list is going to claim this year's US Open championship? Stay tuned for the official prediction coming up over the weekend.